Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 1-month follow-up and review of the Nike Phantom GT2 Academy soccer cleats. I previously did an unboxing of these about a month ago, and I wanted to do a quick follow-up video discussing the general features and my overall impressions of this shoe after 1 month of use. Okay, so these are the Nike Phantom GT2 Academy soccer cleats. I ended up getting them from Dick's Sporting Goods for about $47, which is drastically lower than their normal price. I think it's $69.99 for these cleats at full retail price. The reason why I picked these cleats was their affordable option at this price point. Over the past years, it seems like soccer cleats have become very expensive, and so it's very difficult to find a cleat for a low price for kind of what you need. And so I thought for a basic level cleat, this would be a good option to start with, and so I highly recommend them based on my personal experience. As far as these cleats, these are the black model. It has this gold Nike logo on the front here, with a strip along the side of silver, with these little silver patterns here. On the front here is another Nike label or Nike logo in this silver, as well as on the side here there's another strip of silver over here with this gold swoosh line on the back. We'll kind of discuss the general features of the cleat. So first off, we'll talk about the general kind of upper. The upper for this model is a synthetic upper. So Nike for this cleat makes 4 different levels. They make the club model, which is lower than this. They make the Academy, which is this cleat, and then they make the Pro and Elite. I can't really speak to the other models because I've never worked with them or had them like side by side for comparison, but this cleat comes with this synthetic upper. When I first got the cleat, I found that it was a little bit tight, especially on my left foot, where I had some tightness along the front here, and it took about 4 or 5 sessions for it to break in entirely and be comfortable. So it did take some breaking in because it was a synthetic material. So anticipate that you'll have to use it in practice several times before getting into game mode. Beyond that, it is a very comfortable shoe once you break it in. And the fit for me was, I usually wear a 10.5, and this shoe I got in 10.5, so it's going to be a little bit snug and tight, especially along the front part here in the beginning, but hopefully it'll break as you break it in, it'll be more comfortable. Beyond that, so really the nice feature of this cleat is it does have an offsetted lace system, so you have a flat surface for striking the ball in the front here and along the toe surface here. So this whole surface is flat, which is really what you want with the soccer cleat, and the laces are offset to the side. I will say that the laces that came with this shoe were a little bit too short. What I found was when I put this shoe on my foot, with the current lace setup, it was a little bit too tight here along the arch of my foot, so I ended up getting rid of the shoelaces that came with this shoe and bought like a cheap pair of like athletic shoelaces at Walmart for $2, and ended up lacing them in this way where I have it offset a little bit here to relieve pressure in this forefoot, and then as well as on the back here I have it offset so that it ties across this area here, so it's not as tight across my ankle and the forefoot. That's a personal preference, but I found that that was unique to this shoe. That was something that I had to adapt to. Beyond that, the big feature or the advertisement for this shoe is the generalized texture, the GT2 technology. So you might be able to see this close up, but what this shoe has is basically from the back part here all the way across the front, so all along this surface, the front surface here, as well as the front surface or the side surface all the way back here. Pretty much where the silver aspect is this kind of, you might see it on the camera, but this like texturized pattern, it's really what it looks like, check marks or arrows, which is essentially this raised surface on the cleat. It doesn't really have grippiness when you touch it, so it's not like a rubber material, but it's just a raised like sandpapery type material that is advertised to provide extra texture or generalized texture for increased grip when you're playing soccer. What I found with this is it does provide increased texture. You'll find that you do get some grippiness from that feature. Personally though, being traditionally used to like kangaroo leather and something that is smoother surface, my playing style doesn't really rely on this texture. So what I found especially with my left foot, was I would catch the ball on the side a little bit and kind of catch it a little bit too much. So I don't really personally find a unique advantage to this generalized texture. It's just a unique feature that they built into the cleat, and it might be something that is good for your style of play or so, but I don't really find a unique advantage to it. It does provide some grippiness to the ball, but it's not great because it's really all over the shoe as a whole. I'm more used to like the old style like Adidas Predator cleats, which had it in unique to the striking surface or certain parts of the shoe where you could use the rubber grip to your advantage to strike the ball in a certain way, versus this is really just all over the shoe. But it does provide a unique texturized feel when you're touching the ball, and a certain level of grippiness. On the back here, it's not on the back at all on the back of the shoe. It's really to the side of the shoe here, the top here, and then the side over here. So that's really we're talking about the lace system, the strike surface, the generalized texture. As far as the bottom of the shoe, it's kind of got this unique design. So it's a combination of conical studs on the bottom, as well as a mixture of edged or bladed studs. I find that this provides enough grip without too much grip. Personally, I would prefer a little bit more grip with this shoe because I'm used to like soft grounded cleats, or the old completely edged bottoms or bladed bottoms, which have a very aggressive feel where it grips into the ground or the turf a little bit better. But this does provide a good level of grip without slipping or anything like that. I haven't ran into any issues as far as slipping or falling from issues with grip. So this provides enough grip and like maneuverability to really serve the purpose of play. So I don't really have any complaints there. If anything, it would just be that I'd prefer personally like having bladed studs instead, but that's my unique personal style because I'm used to that in the past. The nice feature about this cleat, especially for me, is that this shoe is not a full plated bottom. So what you can tell is there's this plastic plate in the front here that kind of has this edge here that extends backwards and connects with the back here, and then along here is really the same material, the synthetic upper extended to the bottom along the arch area. The unique part about this is that once you break this in, it's very mobile and it rotates freely. So me personally, I've transitioned over the years to a more of a minimalist shoe or a barefooted shoe, so I need a lot of maneuverability in the shoe when running to get the feedback I need using my feet for running and things like that. So this shoe is nice because it doesn't have a full plated design, so your foot is very mobile in this cleat and you can maneuver very easily, and it kind of reduces the weight. I have really no complaints about that. There might be issues long term of whether this holds up long term because it does have limited plastic and things, but it is a nice feature of this cleat and it does have maneuverability. Lastly, what I'll do is I'll just kind of maneuver this around. So this shoe is completely broken in for what I need at this point and maneuvers very easily, and I like it a lot as far as a shoe. So that's really all I have about the Nike Phantom GT2s. They're a great shoe. I bought them for $47 from Dick's Sporting Goods, which is drastically lower than the retail price. I highly recommend them if you're looking for a shoe for training purposes or just getting back into soccer. They're probably better than the club model, but that when you look at it, it looks like a stiff shoe that can't really maneuver. I really can't provide a comparison to the Pro or Elite model because I've never worn those, but these are a good shoe for the purpose of what I need when I'm looking at like soccer cleats and things like that. So thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, anything like that, please post them below. I'll be happy to answer them, and if you like this video, please like it. One last note I did want to say is that I did purchase these in the indoor version in the navy blue, so please anticipate a video for the indoor version of the Phantom GT2s in the blue version with the dynamic fit collar. I'll be doing an unboxing of those. The reason why I got those cleats was really because I wanted an indoor shoe for winter time period for either working out indoors or kind of in my like parking lot when it starts snowing and I'm no longer able to work out on a turf field. So thanks for watching again.